Hi, I'm Nicole Gordon, Education Consultant with CCS Presentation Systems. Today I'm going to show you how we can use the Smart Notebook measurement tools which come with the Smart Notebook software. You can find these measurement tools in the Notebook toolbar. The tools are great for measuring objects on a notebook page or for modeling. In other words, showing students how to use these tools. The measurement tools that come with the Notebook software include a ruler, a protractor, a compass, and a geodreic protractor. Let's begin with the ruler. I'm going to activate my ruler through going to the Notebook toolbar and selecting the Measurement Tools icon. I'm then going to select the ruler. Once I have the ruler selected, I can enlarge it through clicking on the gray circle on the bottom right, and I can extend it through clicking on the far right and dragging to the right. I can switch from centimeters to inches through clicking on the green arrows. And by clicking on either the top or bottom of the ruler and dragging up or down, I can measure different angles. You'll notice that on the far left, the number is changing to reflect the different angles as I move the ruler up and down. I can use the ruler to create straight lines. I'm just going to activate my pen tool and draw a straight line above the ruler. And there's a straight line. Here's an example of how we can use the ruler to measure the dimensions of an object, and again a student can come up to the board and do this. Because the ruler is transparent, I can drag it over the object and measure the object horizontally and vertically and calculate that object's dimensions. Again, I can also use this ruler to measure different angles. In this case, I'm going to be measuring an angle of elevation. I'm going to select the ruler. I'm going to place it right under the hose, and I'm going to extend it. I'm again going to activate my pen tool and draw a straight line. Then I'm going to drag my ruler up towards the fire, and you'll notice that the number on the far left is changing to reflect the angle, and I see that it's at a 10-degree angle. I can even use my pen tool again to draw that angle. And again, we see here that we have a 10-degree angle of elevation that's going to be needed in order for that fireman's hose to be stopping the fire and saving this house. The next tool we're going to look at is the protractor. Again, I'm going to go to my Notebook toolbar and I'm going to select the measurement tool icon and select the protractor. This protractor can also be made into a full circle by selecting this circle icon over here. This protractor can be used to both measure angles, we can put it over an object and measure different angles, or we can use this protractor to create angles. When I click on the protractor, a green arrow and a green circle appear, and I can actually move that green circle to whatever angle I choose. In this case, I'm going to move it over to 46 degrees, and if I select this green arrow, it'll actually create that angle for me. Again, here I'm going to move it over to 130 degrees. And again, I'm going to press that green arrow, and there we have a 130-degree angle. I can use the protractor to measure different angles. Again, I'm going to activate my protractor, and I'm just going to move it over to this angle and use my green circle to measure the angle. I see that it's 118 degrees, which we know is an obtuse angle. Over here, I'm going to move my green circle to measure this angle over here. We see that it's 37 degrees, which you know is acute. And finally, we see over here that this is in fact a 90-degree angle, which is a right angle. So again, quick activity we can use with the protractor, very interactive for students. Finally, here is a way that we can use the protractor to measure an angle of elevation. We saw this with the ruler. Here's another way. And again, here we have about a 12-degree angle. And I can create that angle through pressing on this green arrow, and there's our 12-degree angle. The next measurement tool that we're going to talk about is the compass. I'm going to activate it by going to my notebook toolbar and going to my measurement tools icon. And on the far right is my compass. I'm going to click on it. The compass will appear. What's fantastic about this is it is a perfect way to model for students how to use a real-life compass. Not only will it draw circles, but it will also show the degrees as we draw. By clicking on the arrows, these green arrows, I can move my pen from the left to the right. By clicking on this green circle at the top, I can rotate the compass without drawing. By clicking on this gray area closest to the blue pen, I can extend the compass, and you'll notice the numbers changing as I do this. And by clicking on the blue area and dragging, I will actually begin drawing a perfect circle, and notice the numbers change, coming closer to 360 degrees as we complete the circle. I'm going to extend the arm by clicking on the gray area close to the blue. I'm going to move it to the right to create a larger circle. I'm going to go back and click on the blue area and drag down. So now we have two perfect circles. And again, notice those numbers changing, coming to a 360 degree angle. The final tool that we're going to explore is the geodreic protractor. We're going to activate it through going to our notebook toolbar menu and going to our measurement tools icon. And it is the triangular icon over here. The geodreic protractor can be used to measure the angles of objects on a notebook page. If I select the yellow area and click and drag, I can enlarge it, and the area just above that yellow area, if I click and drag and rotate, it'll actually measure different angles. You'll notice that the numbers are changing as I drag to the right or to the left. This marks the end of our tutorial on using the Smart Notebook software's measuring tools. Thanks.